This is the next chapter, Injustice versus Masters. Uh, I kind of did this before on TikTok. We're going to focus only on the He-Man story aspects that advance the lore forward, with mostly focusing on, and not so much Superman and the DC Comics. Now, before this chapter, there's actually a He-Man versus Thundercats crossover done by Marvelous Videos that explains the crossover better than I can, because I don't even have the books anyway. But what you're looking for, not just a crossover between two 80s icons. There's even a significant moment where after Skeletor gets the power, He-Man is transformed back into Prince Adam and his secret is revealed to King Randor. So check out that video if you can. So what continuity is this? Is this 2002 continuity? Is this something else? Old school? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's all about a mashup between Eternia and Earth, Earth's mightiest heroes. So we'll go into that. Zodak is like the Watcher in Marvel Comics. He's the Overseer, the Guardian Angel, or the Spectre in DC Comics. And you got all the characters, the cast, and the setup is that Skeletor's been away for a while. Hordak is in. You got King Hiss here. You got Hordak, and everybody's like in the shadows, right? So Skeletor's been gone for a while. He made one final attempt to take out the Sorceress in Castle Grayskull, and he'll try again, and it'll cost the Sorceress her life. But whatever continuity this is, whether this is 2000X, 1980s, whatever, the setup here is He-Man versus Faker. Faker, of course, being the robot that impersonates He-Man. Skeletor would use. First, Man-at-Arms constructed him, and then Skeletor got a hold of him and used him for his wily plans. But I guess it's hard to say because if you remember, Man-at-Arms went to a parallel universe where you had a robotic freak, King He-Man, who would try to take over Eternia, and Keldor was a rebel, and all that stuff. Anyway, this might not be the same universe, but anyway, it kind of resonates, right? So, He-Man versus Faker. He stole his life. Faker, this is one of those storylines where Faker pretends to be He-Man, and then you notice that He-Man's slowly aggressive over time. Faker used a color palette here to swap out his flesh tone for He-Man's. Your parents and that annoying imp would be writing it itself, or not for me. Or let me see. Your parents. Yeah, I don't know. I would be King He-Man, Supreme Sovereign of Eternos, and I would be enjoying my damn parade. So, and there you have Andra, who is black in Revelation, but she's like white mixed. I don't know. Hard to say. Let's just say she's mixed to avoid me being canceled here. So Andra is fighting Tila. Andra's a traitor. It's Masters. It's a different fight in which the Masters fight within themselves. It's not He-Man versus Skeletor, He-Man versus King Hiss, or He-Man versus Hordak. This is a whole different fight. Now everybody knows He-Man's secret. They know that He-Man is Prince Adam after the Thundercat stuff. I'll show you here. Let's see. Damn you, Prince Adam. Don't you get it? We were better off without you. He raised the mystic wall and kept outsiders from the dark hemisphere from pouring in. He punished criminals like they deserved. We're talking about Faker, right? And he would have ended the threats of Hordak or King Hiss or Count Marzo for good. She's right. We're constantly under attack. The world needs a strong leader, and he gave us that. He took control instead of waiting around for things to happen. After the affair with those cat people and the mummy man, everyone knows you were Prince Adam all along, yet you can continue reverting to him. And what good is being the most powerful man in the universe? This is a truly different thing, because if you go back to that parallel universe Man-at-Arms went to, and then this will resonate within a future story for the Eternity War. This is about He-Man and having too much power. He-Man will always be needed. These are lessons that He-Man had to learn, or Adam had to learn, going forward. She comes to console him. Those people were a vocal minority at best. I haven't seen so many people drunk in their underwear since I went to Fort Lauderdale in college, and I was one of those people. There's an image I wish I could leave the dwell of the delusions, so I never guess considered until now. You saved us, Adam, and that's all that matters. His parents are proud of him because knowing that he is He-Man, knowing he is this great, powerful warrior. All these years I thought of He-Man as a barbarian hero who rides down from the hills to save civilization, which it kind of was in the old comic books, and runs back off until he's needed again. But when I don't have a secret identity anymore, does anyone really need Prince Adam? Well, I happen to like him. This is really touching because If you remember the old cartoon where the mom set Adam free first before anyone else, after you learned she was an astronaut from Earth, right? Eternia was not separate from Earth that much. And she knew his secret and didn't tell anyone else. That was in the old Filmation cartoon. And this is a really big nod to that. She's never been prouder of him. And that really, it says so much compared to when you look at the 2002 comics where everybody's learning how to deal with the way Eternia was. Now, you could say it's maybe a year or two later, and it's like everyone accepts him for who he is. Now, this whole thing's a crossover. This is where Tim Drake is, or is it? No, Damian Wayne as Batman come in, and they talk about Superman killing the Joker and becoming a killer, and that this is the whole injustice stuff that we get into, and Tila fighting and all this stuff. So you got Moss Man and Swamp Thing here. This stuff is very important. So all this is dealing with how Superman is now dealing with Brainiac possessing him and having him. So Brainiac and Superman trying to control the Earth to do whatever. But it's like it's a very bizarre story, and this is how injustice wraps up. What now, Skeletor? When you discovered me broken and dying alone on this hostile alien world, you saw that even to a god among the mere mortals, I might be useful. Skeletor's been broken. Um, Maybe it's because of Evil Lynn's illness that he felt that compelled to take over Grayskull even more. I mean, that might be true of any Skeletor, no matter what universe you see. But Skeletor is half the person he was now. He's not as angry and as tyrannical as he was in the past, sending his minions to do bad. So we got some more evil warriors for Superman's team. Um, they have the Sorceress and Prince Adam have a chat, and it's pretty much sending him on his way to Earth so he can help. Now you'll notice here that Orko's got the magic. Remember from issue number 8, he got the wand, so now he's very powerful. Um, it's does it dinosaur crap in the asteroid belt. Bringing me makes me laugh, I guess. So Orko has the wand that he got from the old Trollan in issue number 8. So a lot of things have accumulated from 2002, if not everything. This is kind of like Filmation in 2002, isn't it? By the power of Grayskull. So we got Zodak watching the universe. But then we got, I think it was knocked aside, the Black Racer. So the Black Racer knocks him aside. He comes for Grayskull. No, I come. You erred. The Lord of Apocalypse does not come to Eternia. Ooh. So he wants the power. Darkseid is here. He wants more power than even Grayskull could have. If I can show that last image. Tomorrow we'll get into chapter 2.